Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. On today's discussion, we are going to discuss about past habits with the form of used to followed by verb 1. At the end of this discussion, all the students is required to understand the use of used to and the form of used to. So please pay attention to my explanation. The definition of used to is used when referring to things in the past which are no longer true. It can talk about repeated action in the past which we don't do in the present. Remember, the definitions of used to only happen in the past and no longer happen in the present or in the future. The form of used to itself is used with all the subject. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. So if you are using the subject I, follow directly with used to. I used to, or you used to, she used to, and so on until they used to. The subject follow directly with used to. Here are the example of the sentence. Number 1, I used to have long hair. It means the person have long hair in the past. Right now, the person don't have long hair anymore, or the person have short hair. Number 2, he used to smoke. It means he smoked, or the habit of smoking happens in the past, but now in the present he doesn't smoke anymore. Number 3, they used to live in India. It means they live in India in the past. Now in the present, or right now, they live in Germany. Be careful. Used to is preferred when emphasizing form of past repetition in positive sentence. On the other hand, when asking questions or making negative sentence, we use simple past. Remember the form of simple past. The first one in negative form, the subject of I, you, they, he, she, it, followed by did not, used to, or didn't used to. So pay attention. use without D. Did not used to or didn't used to. After that, followed by verb 1. The example of the sentence: he didn't or he did not used to work out regularly. The subject he, because this is negative form, we use didn't followed by used to, and the verb 1 here is work out. The second example: we didn't used to go out together. Here we use the subject of we followed by didn't, used to, and the verb 1 is go. The question form is different with the negative form. It started with did, follow with the subject I, you, they, we, he, she, it, and then followed by used to and verb 1. Example of the sentence: did you used to watch a lot of TV? Did, the subject is you, then follow directly with used to without D, and the verb 1 here in the first example is watch. The second example: did she used to exercise every day? The subject here is she. There is no difference. We still start the question form sentence with did. After the subject, follow with used to, and the verb 1 here is exercise. Now let us practice with some sentences. Here I have 10 examples of sentences that are incomplete. So our job is to make a positive, negative, or question using used to followed by infinitive or verb 1. Number 1, I live in a flat when I was a child. So we have to decide whether this sentence is positive, negative, or questions. Because we don't see a questions mark and we don't see a clue of not in number 1, so the sentence is a positive sentence. The correct answer to complete the sentence of number 1 is I used to live in a flat when I was a child. Let's go on to number 2. The incomplete sentence is we go to the beach every summer. At the end of the sentence, we have a question mark. So the sentence is a questions form. Remember from the previous slide, if we want to make a questions sentence, we start the sentence with did. So to correct this sentence is did we used to go to the beach every summer? Move on to number 3. She loved eating chocolate, but now she hates it. we don't see a question mark, and the clue of negative is not. So number 3 is a positive sentence. To correct the sentence, so we have to add used to. She used to love eating chocolate, but now she hates it. For the rest of the questions, now it's your turn to answer the incomplete questions in the forum. Please remember from the previous slide, choose one questions from number 4 to number 10 and answer the questions in the forum. Each student must answer at least one questions. So that's it, our discussion today about past habits with the form of used to. After you answer the questions from the previous slide, if you have further questions, you can ask any questions in the forum. Thank you for your attention, and see you next time.